Hello everyone, and let's get right to the topic, which today is background layers. So these are the maps that are shown behind your model. First thing to note is that each drawing state has a specific set of background layers active. That is, the drawing states remember what background layers you have set up. Managing background layers is easy. Right-click enables you to add new layers, and a double click will turn the layers on and off. Click on a layer to edit its properties. These options are different for different layer types. Dragging layers allow you to edit their order. The layers are always drawn like they appear on the list, the topmost on the top. Note that many layers are not transparent, and thus it does not make a visible difference if there are other layers active underneath. Let's next have a look at different layers that are available. First of all, and the most common, there is a set of integrated maps available. These include, for example, OpenStreetMaps and Bing Maps. Bing also has aerial imagery available. Color layers are simple one-color layers that are usually used as partly transparent to fade other maps away and highlight the model. File layers can be used to add files to the background. That is DXF files, georeferenced raster files, and vector files. Let's add an example GeoJSON file with some plant pipes. Clicking the layer will open its properties, where we can, for example, change the color. Please note that now we added these pipes just as a background map for visualization, not as actual components for calculation. Let's then talk about map servers. 3 common map server protocols are supported for direct use in the modeling software. When adding map servers, you are first asked to enter the URL. In this example, we'll add City of Helsinki map server. Next, you are offered the selection of different layers available at the server. Double-click on the layer you want to add and click OK. Now I have the map here as any other background layer to use. Then a few words on model results. These allow user to create background maps from models, results, or parameters. Elevation layers are used to visualize digital elevation models. Let's have a look at using elevation layer to visualize ground elevation. Before adding the layer, user need to have set up the color limits, that is, what values of elevation correspond to what colors on the map. This can be done via model and edit result colors and sizes. In our demo model, we already have some colors set up for elevation. Now let's first add the layer and select which field to use, elevation. That's it. You can also adjust some other parameters. For example, let's make our layer partly transparent. Contour layers draw lines along constant values. For example, draw a line along specific elevations or pressure head. Please see our wiki for more details on how to set up these. Node raster layers and heat map layers are used to visualize simulated results as background layers. For example, pressures. Let's add the layer and select what result we wish to visualize. Again, you need to have the colors set up. Then let's adjust some parameters to make it more visually appealing. You can also take the interpolation off. It will not look as pretty, but the borders are clearer to see. That was the basics of background layers. They're quite easy to use, but make a big difference on how your models and reports look like.